we want to learn from you, Daniel, a little bit more about how you manage that as a bank.
Thanks a lot, Sabina. Being a bank within the public banking sector already sounds like a bit more like a traditional culture. Remote work also in banking, there's even some regulation which goes against it, and therefore people are not really used to actually working remotely. For 80% of the employees, there's a working space. Now that's how we look today. Now there's 84% of the people actually working from home. What's interesting to see, the number of people being ill actually went down quite significantly.
What is actually the conference format you're using within the bank?
We actually use WebEx. We make sure that data security issues are actually covered. We were actually on a journey already to think about being a more agile organization. So number one was actually being client-centric. That's something that is very easily said, but are you still able in this situation? For us, that's actually the Sparkassen. Can we provide them with money so they can still hand out loans? I got the question from the regulators, funny enough, whether I think productivity is still at the same level as before. On the daily operations, that productivity is still there. You can basically measure it on the outcome. Within banks, and I guess also other companies, it's usually that you got to have business continuity plans. Actually, you're trying to think what can happen, and then you draw plans how you can handle that situation. We've seen tremendous development on the digital banking challenges. People opening up 600% plus in securities accounts, 400 times plus the volume in terms of transactions. So I thought I can actually try out one of the tools here, can participate in an online survey. So let's see, I can pull it up here. Yeah, so far there are 7 people that actually given an answer. And interestingly enough, 57% saying I was a digital native before. If we look for the tools that we're using, we're actually trying to even now trying to standardize that. What has proven very helpful is a simple chat tool. People doing their daily meetings, they actually do it over a brief chat. All of the things we've seen are helpful well beyond the crisis. Now we've actually shown you can do things much quicker. That's going to be a very interesting point to see which part of our management is actually now saying, well, it's fine because, yeah, it's necessary, and which part will be actually supporting the change, saying that's a regular working mode as well.
We are 100% in home office. And nevertheless, of course, this was not the case before. I can easily speak for R&D, so this was maybe easier than, for example, our sales or our consulting unit.
You were required by BaFin, like the German financial regulator, that people can only trade when they're on premise.
Yeah, I think you guys are saying from BaFin out of office trading is not prohibited, but it needs to be done under really clear conditions. They only have a laptop to actually remotely access their desktop within the bank.
Katrin, you are now in sales. How is it with Schneider Electric?
Most of us are still in the home office. So we have a back in office policy in place for the last 2 weeks right now.
And is it kind of like the way before, or can you recognize the difference?
My team and the teams I'm working closely with, it's the same like before. 1 to 2 days in the office, 1 to 2 days traveling, and 1 to 2 days in the home office.
It's Rheinbahn, so we have the trams, buses, and metro here in Düsseldorf. We have just a few people in the home office, 400 from 3,000. Of course, the drivers, they can't make home office.
I'm working for Outokumpu. Since we are working, let's say very internationally, we are quite used to work digitally. We are, by the way, utilizing Teams now.
Interesting to see how much that's coming up.
Italy was the only production place that we needed to close.
I think you have received the letter of intent request. You will receive a call from us asking how you feel in your tandem work, what you like to see maybe improve, maybe you have some tips for us. Daniel, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us, also talking a little bit about how that has changed mentality-wise. See you sometime next week. Bye.
See you, and it was a pleasure.